So our next topic is electrochemical cell. In last lecture I told you about the redox reaction, that is the redox reaction taking place in the same container, in which I told you there was a beaker in which one zinc rod plus copper sulfate solution was taken, and after some time it was found that there was loss in the mass of zinc rod and loss in the mass of zinc rod and gain in the gain of the copper 2 positive into copper metal. So our next topic is also related to that, that is the electrochemical cell. So that there was a direct redox reaction, that means the redox reaction, that is redox plus reduction plus oxidation reaction, was taking place in the same container, in which zinc was losing electrons whereas copper was gaining electrons. But in this electrochemical cell, or the when in this electrochemical cell there is a indirect redox reaction. Indirect redox reaction means the oxidation and reduction reactions are taking place in the different containers. So let's discuss it. When a redox reaction is made to occur indirectly, the chemical energy can be converted into the electrical energy. So chemical energy, what does it mean by the chemical energy? Chemical energy means the redox reaction that is taking place, and the energy from the this redox reaction, that is the chemical energy, can be converted into the electrical energy. So device in which chemical energy is converted into electrical energy is called electrochemical cell. So electrochemical cell is a device which is used to convert chemical energy into the electrical energy. So you have seen so many examples of electrical energy. So an electrochemical cell or galvanic cell or voltaic cell. So electrochemical cell is also called as a galvanic cell, and further it may be called as a voltaic cell. Is a device in which the chemical energy of spontaneous redox reaction is converted into electrical energy. So it's a spontaneous reaction. Spontaneous reaction, what does it mean? Spontaneous reaction means a reaction that is taking place itself, that is there is no need to initiate the reaction. Whenever you take these beakers and connect this circuit, the reaction will start taking place itself. So this is called spontaneous reaction. So the voltaic, galvanic or electrochemical cell is a device in which chemical energy of a spontaneous redox reaction is converted into this electric energy. The conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy in an electrochemical cell can be understood with the help of following redox reaction. So what kind of redox reaction here taking place? This reaction I also wrote today, in which I wrote this as a direct redox reaction. So zinc plus copper sulfate aqueous. Always noted that we have to write the standard state of all the physical state of all the reactants and products in the bracket. So it is giving us zinc sulfate aqueous plus copper solid. So it may be written as the basic chemical reaction which is giving us electric energy is this reaction, copper zinc plus copper 2 positive, because in copper sulfate copper is present as copper 2 positive. Cupric ion, so it's aqueous and it's giving us zinc 2 positive aqueous plus copper solid. So the two half reactions involved in this reaction are, so though following two half cell reactions are taking place here. Zinc is undergoing oxidation, zinc solid to zinc 2 positive aqueous with loss of 2 electrons, whereas copper 2 positive, this copper 2 positive is gaining 2 electrons which are released by this zinc to convert into copper solid. So these two half reaction takes place in two separate beakers. This is first beaker and second beaker. I had written here under first beaker, I had written there zinc solid is converting into zinc 2 positive plus 2 electron, this reaction, and in second beaker copper 2 positive is getting converted into copper solid. So concentration has been also mentioned here. It is 1 molar solution of copper sulfate and it is the 1 molar solution of zinc sulfate. So the electrochemical cell consists of two beakers, that is first and second beaker, uh, one of which contains zinc rod. This zinc rod has been dipped in the zinc sulfate solution, whereas in other copper rod has been dipped in the copper sulfate solution, and concentration of the solution is 1 molar for the both the solution. So these metallic rods are known as electrodes and are connected via wire. So this wire is connecting both the electrodes. These rods are called electrodes, and further these have been connected via the wire. The solution in the two beakers are connected by a salt bridge. This is a salt bridge, and I will tell you function of salt bridge later on, but in its construction there is a salt bridge. This is the inverted U-shaped tube. U is like this, and this is the inverted U-shaped tube. The salt bridge in an inverted U tube filled with saturated solution of N. So the salt bridge is an inverted U tube filled with saturated solution of an inert electrolyte like KCl, KNO3 or ammonium nitrate, prepared in agar-agar jelly or gelatin. The electrolyte does not undergo a chemical reaction during the process. So this electrolyte, that is KCl or ammonium nitrate, which have been used in this U-shaped tube of salt bridge, does not undergo chemical reaction during the process. The two openings of the U tube are plugged with some porous material such as glass, wool or cotton. So this is a porous plug which is made up of glass, wool or cotton. So this is the complete arrangement of this electrochemical cell. When the circuit is completed, it is observed that electric current flows from copper to zinc. So electric current flows from the copper to zinc. Here I had made this arrow. This is showing that conventional current. So this is flowing from the copper to zinc. So as a convention, the flow of electric current is opposite to the flow of electron. Therefore there is a flow of electron in external circuit from copper to zinc. So this is the flow of electrons. There is a flow of electron from the zinc to copper. So this can be explained as this reaction. Here zinc is losing 2 electrons, and these 2 electrons are gained by the copper. So here is the flow of electron from zinc to the copper. These electrons are going from here. Zinc is losing these 2 electrons. These are going here and it's gaining. And the electron released by the zinc electron move toward the copper through outer circuit. Here these are accepted by copper 2 positive ions and are reduced to copper. So copper 2 positive plus 2 electron result in the reduction. So this is reduction and this is oxidation. This is oxidation and this is reduction. Reduction means gain of electron, that I had told you in very first lecture. The zinc electrode, when oxidation occurs, is called anode. So the oxidation, where is oxidation is taking place, OXI I written here, at the electrode where oxidation is taking place, that is called anode. Whereas at the electrode where reduction is taking place, that electrode is called cathode. So as electrons are released at zinc rod, so it is regarded as negative terminal. There is a flow of so this is called negative terminal, this is positive. The electron losing terminal is called negative terminal, whereas electron gaining terminal is called positive terminal. So however, as per the convention of electric current flows in this direction, in the direction opposite to the flow of the electron. Due to the oxidation at anode, the positively charged zinc 2 positive ions pass into the solution. So after losing the electron from this zinc rod, the zinc 2 positive ion which are formed as a result of loss of electron goes to this solution. So as a result, there is excess of zinc 2 positive ions around the anode, and similarly due to the reduction occurring at cathode, copper 2 positive is getting converted into the copper solid. So thus the solution around the cathode will acquire negative charge due to the excess of sulfate ions. So as a result, there will increase in the positive charge due to the formation of these zinc 2 positive ions from this zinc, whereas here the copper 2 positive from copper sulfate will be converted into copper. So sulfate anion will be left, and this anion is basically negative charge, so there will be the accumulation of negative charge. So the excess positive charge around zinc rod will prevent the further flow of electron from the zinc rod. So similarly, the excess negative charge due to the sulfate ion around this copper electrode will prevent flow of electron to the copper ion. This will stop the flow of electric current. However, the accumulation of charge in two half cells is prevented by using the salt bridge, which maintain the electrical neutrality of the two half cell solution. So salt bridge basically helps in the maintaining the electrical neutrality of the two these two containers or two electrodes. The salt bridge basically consists of the ion KCl, NH4, NO3. These are basically salts or electrolytes. So they dissociates into K positive Cl negative or NH4 positive plus NO3 negative. So this is the basically electrical neutrality which is formed by the salt bridge. So copper 2 positive ion from copper sulfate solution get deposited on the copper electrode. So after some time when reaction will take place, these granules of copper metals will be get deposited at the copper electrode, and in solution there will be an increase in the SO4 2 positive anions. This is, I am writing this after reaction has been taking place or the some past time has been passed to the reaction. So this is the, and this metal from zinc will start corroding and there will be formation of zinc 2 positive ions. So this electroneutrality is maintained by the salt bridge. And further what happened, let's see. When the concentration of zinc 2 positive ions around the anode increases, sufficient number of chloride ion around the anode increases. Sufficient number of chloride ion migrate from the salt bridge to the anode half cell. So it means when the concentration of this zinc 2 positive or basically positive charge increases around the electrode, so there are these salt bridge electrolyte used in salt bridge consist of positive and negative ion. Let's say it's NH4 NO3, it is dissociated into NH4 positive and NO3 negative, whereas KCl dissociates into KCl dissociates into the KCl dissociates into the K positive and Cl negative. So I will repeat once again. If you if the notebook was like this, I will repeat it once again, so keep listening. So there are two types of ions present in salt bridge. Each salt bridge there is a electrolyte, and electrolyte always dissociates into, suppose there is this electrolyte AB, it dissociates into A positive and B negative ions. So I said when the concentration of this zinc 2 positive or basically positive charge increases around anode, there will be the release of the negative anion from the salt bridge. Suppose it's KCl, so KCl consists of K positive and Cl negative. So to make a solution electron neutral, the Cl negative anion will be released from the salt bridge. Similarly, will be happen to this cathode. So it is observed that zinc rod gradually loses its weight and copper gets deposited on the copper cathode. So a typical voltaic cell based on above redox reaction is called Daniell cell, named after British chemist John Daniell. So this is the electrochemical cell. Let me repeat once again. So electrochemical cell, what is a electrochemical cell? It is a device which converts chemical energy into electric energy. And electrochemical cell basically consists of two electrodes, one anode and other is cathode. Basically, first of all, it starts with the spontaneous redox reaction. Spontaneous means a reaction which takes place itself. So there is an indirect spontaneous redox reaction here in electrochemical cell. So redox reaction, what is redox reaction? I had told you that redox reaction means a reaction in which reduction and oxidation both takes place simultaneously, side by side, and it is a spontaneous redox reaction. So this redox reaction takes place itself. Further, this voltaic cell or electrochemical cell consists of two container 1 and container 2. So this container on the left hand side, always keep in mind that on the left hand side there will be oxidation reaction, and on the right hand side there will be the reduction reaction. So on the left hand side there is the oxidation of this zinc into zinc 2 positive plus 2 electron. It means zinc is losing these 2 electrons and itself is converting into zinc 2 positive. Always write the physical state of the given compound or salt in the bracket, that is zinc solid is converting into zinc 2 positive aqueous. Aqueous means water. So here zinc is converting into this and it is undergoing it means oxidation is taking place at this electrode. Further, copper is gaining 2 electron and converting into the copper solid. So reduction is taking place here. So see how does it works. So this is the container 1 where zinc rod is dipped into the 1 molar solution of zinc sulfate. This zinc sulfate solution 1 molar plus this is a zinc rod, and in second container there is a rod of copper dipped in a solution of copper sulfate, and concentration of copper sulfate is 1 molar. Further, there is a inverted U-shaped tube. This is a U-shape, inverted U-shape. This is a U and this is the inverted U shape, means reverse of U. So here U-shaped tube, this is called salt bridge. In salt bridge there is always a electrolyte. It may be KCl, that is potassium chloride, or it may be ammonium nitrate. Basically electrolyte is consist of two parts, one positive part and negative part. See here KCl undergoes dissociation into K positive and Cl negative. Ammonium nitrate undergoes dissociation into ammonium positive and nitrate negative. So AB dissociates into A positive plus B negative. This is the general formula of electrolyte I had written here. So this further, see here zinc anode is dipped in the solution of zinc sulfate, and copper and electrode is dissolved in the 1 molar solution of copper sulfate. These electrodes are further connected by external circuit of this wire, which show the flow of the current. So whenever this circuit is completed or connected fully, there is the loss of electron on the zinc electrode. How can you see that physically? You will see after some time this zinc rod start corroding, that is there is a loss of weight. That I had drawn a diagram yesterday also, in which there was a direct redox reaction. So here what happens, zinc starts corroding after some time, that is loss of weight from the zinc electrode. This is due to the oxidation reaction of zinc, that is zinc solid is converting into zinc 2 positive aqueous plus 2 electron. It means due to corrosion the zinc atoms from the electrode are going in the solution to form the zinc 2 positive ion. So and these two lost electron are moving from here, this wire, to the copper electrode, and here these two electrons, copper 2 positive, this copper 2 positive from this copper sulfate solution is gaining 2 electrons and converting itself into copper solid. So these metal pieces of copper are attaching to the rod. So what is the result of all this reaction? This reaction result in the flow of electron, and there is the flow of current. Electrons are flowing from zinc to copper because zinc is losing electrode. And further what happens further, due to the loss of electrons, zinc 2 positive ion get formed here. The 2 positive ion means there is the accumulation of positive charge around the zinc electrode. Now what happens from salt bridge, as I told you that in salt bridge one electrolyte is present and it has two parts. Each electrolyte is consist of a positive part and negative part. So for this positive part, to neutralize this positive charge, the negative ion of the electrolyte, that is anion of the electrolyte, whether it's Cl negative or nitrate from the ammonium nitrate, diffuses into the solution through this porous plug. Porous plug is generally consist of cotton or wool, glass wool. So further this porous, when this anion comes into the solution, it neutralizes the zinc 2 positive ion. Basically it neutralizes the positive charge, so reaction proceeds further. Similarly here, when copper 2 positive gets converted into this copper in this solution, sulfate and ion remain in the solution, and due to remaining these sulfate and ion are carrying negative charge, so there is accumulation of negative charge. And to neutralize this, the positive part of the electrolyte, that is either K positive or ammonium positive or A positive, are released in the solution and result in the electroneutrality of the solution. So this is the major function of the salt bridge. What it help in the maintaining the electroneutrality of the solution. So due to the loss of electron, zinc electrode is called anode, and whereas the copper is gaining electron, it is called cathode. So by convention, the anodic half cell is always drawn on the left hand side of the electrochemical cell whenever you draw a pictorial representation. Further, this is a negative terminal and this is positive terminal. Negative terminal because electrons are lost here, and this is positive terminal because electrons are gained here. So this is the construction of electrochemical cell and working of a electrochemical cell. So you must revise it and it will help you throughout the electrochemistry. Basically you must remember what is cathode, what is anode, what is the redox reaction taking place. There may be other cells, so you must first of all must remember the basic concept of what is salt, what is the function of salt bridge, and what is anode, cathode, positive terminal, negative terminal, and electron neutrality. So that will help you in drawing the other electrochemical cell also. Thank you.